Let's get into some things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be that, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. You know I'm talking about y'all. Makes me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. TGIF. Baby, this been a long week. Why do it always seem like the short weeks are the longest weeks? We had Monday off and it still felt like a full week. Go ahead and drop your TGIFs in the chat, honey. If you happy that it's Friday, I know unfortunately some of y'all do have to work on the weekend, but baby, listen. Woo! Come on in. Happy Friday. Y'all know I'm coming to the stage in a minute. Give me. I'm trying to. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I really feel like I'm forgetting something. When I was going live and the intro was playing, I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. So if I did forget something, that's why. Because I feel like I'm forgetting something. Y'all come on in. Let me say hi to the people. Let me say hi to the people. I don't have my lip on yet. Y'all know I can't come on camera till I get my lip on. I don't have my lip on yet. I'm coming though. Here I come. I gotta get my lip together, honey. Y'all know. Mm-hmm. Right. Lovely Nola, tell your husband, yes, the week seemed, child, it just seemed long. And I told him, I know why, because I was working late every night this week. But that's okay, because I'm 1 week closer to my summer vacation. So I ain't even complaining. Okay, y'all, sorry about that, baby. I ain't have my lip together, okay? Anyway, it felt so long. Right. And I forgot, this how long the week was. I forgot Monday was a holiday. I ran and took my trash out last night. Came home today and Pat was taking trash out. I said, why are you putting that trash out? She said, because Monday was a holiday. They're not picking up the trash till tomorrow. I said, shit. I said, you mean to tell me I rushed to try to get the trash out last night and that's how long of a week it was that I forgot we were off on Monday. All right, let me say hi to the people. Let me scroll to the top so I can say hi to the people. Oh, we already got a super chat for the goal. What's up, Corey? What's up, Quake? Auntie Eva, Cece, Lovely Nola, Miss Pretty Amazing, Lock Queen, Below, Carmen. What's going on? The Informed said TGIF. Yes, thank you for the super chat for TGIF. What's up, Chuck? JB, Nubian Mahogany, what's going on? Hey, Cheryl, Yogi. Treasure Lane is in the house. Yes, happy Friday. Miss Jocelyn, Miss Cookie Ray, Andree, Gossip in the Garden, Tawana, what's going on? Tawanda, excuse me. What's going on? Why lie to me? Okay, that's cute. Why lie to me? Would I lie to you, babe? That's what it made me think of. Y'all know my head is a jukebox. I just think I hear songs. What's up, Cajun? Des Hop. Thank you, Quake, for being on the Twitch side and on the YouTube side. I had somebody today. YouTube really need to stop playing games with me. I had somebody today talking about, I miss your videos. I said, you miss my videos where? I said, girl, I go live on YouTube almost every day. Somebody I went to college with. So if you in the bushes, hey, girl, hey. I said, YouTube really need to stop playing with me in this damn algorithm. She was like, girl, I miss your videos. Girl, ain't no video stopped over here. So I didn't know if she meant TikTok or YouTube or what. Because I don't go live. Well, I ain't been live on TikTok in months. But I said, girl, send her the link. I said, I'm still live. There I am. So if you hear, hey girl, hey. What's up, newbie? Oh, and let me, before I forget, if you are in the bushes, shout out to the person that I saw last Friday down to the safe light. Remember I told y'all I had to get my my windshield fixed, and I was down to the safe light repair, safe light replace. Last Friday. It was last Friday because it was pouring down raining and stuff, child, right before Memorial Day weekend. And they sent me a message on Instagram. They were like, I just saw you at they worked there. And they were like, I saw you, but I was helping another customer. And they said, I hope this isn't too weird that I'm saying hi. I said, no, you should have said hi. Then you were helping another customer, but hell, I was sitting there for almost 2 hours. You could have came over and say hi, girl. Ain't no thing. Listen, I'm not that person, girl or guy, because I can't remember off the top of my head. But y'all, I told y'all I saw somebody at the orthodontist, and we took a selfie. Yeah, so shout out to you. Shout out to you. Half Pin. I'm still saying hi to the people, child. T, what's up, T on me? Hey, girl. We gotta get together when we're gonna go. When we're gonna get together and go watch a basketball game, honey. The finals are coming. Your week was super short. You took Thursday and say, well, hell yeah, I guess it was then. You ain't worked for 2 days this week, child. Did I get my mouse? No. I have a mouse around here, and I'm gonna be pissed off because as soon as I buy a new mouse, I'm gonna find it. I have a mouse here. Brand new mouse still in the package. I have one. Hey, Yolanda, what's going on? CC, Chuck. Your death was shuttered today. We party, ate, toast. Oh, your department, I'm sorry. And cried all day. We worked a little too. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but again, I'm glad that you landed on your feet. Miss French Kiss, what's up, girl? Is this Cardi Lisa? I hope I said that right. Keeping up with Malik. What up? Keeping it 100 with Malik, I should say. Xavier, what's going on? Follow Miss TT. CC, yes, towards the goal. We got a goal set for today. Thank you for the super chat. We got a goal set for today. If we hit the goal, I'll drop the link for a few minutes. If y'all want to come up and talk about the crash, if y'all want to talk about K Michelle, child of y'all, whatever y'all want to talk about, I'll drop the link for a few minutes because I don't have a lot on the agenda. I know I always say I don't have a lot, and then I end up talking forever. But I really don't have a lot. Randy Bow, what's up, Tracy? The bar is open. The bar is open. Tracy said we have banana and cream mudslide with an apple cobbler old fashioned and a blueberry pie gin and tonic. And for the non-drinkers, we have a citrus and honey salsa. Tracy, you got a sweet tooth today or something? Banana and cream, apple cobbler, blueberry pie. Are you having a girl? What's going on with your sweet tooth? But let me get that banana and cream mudslide, and I'll take the apple cobbler old fashioned. Double me up. Happy hour. Double me up. Okay. You wanted to check out the Liberty schedule, Ella. Listen, I want to go see Ellie. Did y'all see the clip where the little girl had the ponytail like Ellie? She had the long ponytail, little black girl, and one of Ellie's dancers carried her over to see Ellie. And when Ellie turned around, you know, of course, Ellie was like, and she had the little ponytail, and the little girl took the ponytail and started swinging her ponytail like Ellie be swinging it. It was so cute. I think I posted it, but I definitely want to go see a Liberty game. And listen, this might be the time to go because, you know, they've lost a few games. So this might be the time to go. I don't know. Powerful, what's going on? Hey, girl. Did you hear that release Dominique Morgan? Yeah, and she coming for India Moore. Well, I know Dominique Morgan got out. Why is she coming for India Moore? You saw that, Andrew? Wasn't it so cute? Baby, Ellie is hilarious. Ellie give me everything I need. I love her. And that's why when I go to the Liberty game, and I know y'all call me bougie. I know y'all call me bougie, but there be a method to my madness, okay? I want to go to a Liberty game, but I want to sit close enough that I can get to Ellie. I can't sit all the way up in the nosebleeds. I ain't saying I gotta sit courtside, but I want to sit close enough that maybe Ellie will come over. You know what I'm saying? I just want a chance. I just want to be in that number. But if I'm in the 400 section, she ain't never coming up there. I got to be close enough that maybe she'll come out or something. Because y'all know I love me some Ellie. What up, Monk Chip? Hey, boo. Yes, the mascot, JB. Ellie, yes. Ellie the elephant. We have to sit near the player tunnel. Okay, that's what we got to do then. That's what we got to do. Hold on, y'all. My tea is boiling. Hold on. I put my tea on before. I was hoping my water would start boiling, but it didn't. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get back in the habit of drinking my turmeric tea after I eat. Y'all know I have fallen off the wagon these last couple of weeks. I'm trying to get back to drinking my chlorophyll water and drinking my turmeric tea and all that good stuff. Okay. Getting your lashes done? Okay. India said Dominique's actions were trauma-rooted and impulsive. You talking about India Moore that was on Pose? Is that who? Hold on, let me Google. Because I don't know who India Moore is. Hold on. Is that who you talking about? The person who was on Pose? India Moore. Yeah, that's her. And if that's not the proper pronoun, I mean no disrespect. Okay, yeah. The pleb is on Pose, yeah. Can I say something? And I hope I don't get myself in trouble when I say this. India Moore irks me. India Moore irks me just like Angelica Ross irks me. So, yeah. Dominique, go for it. Address what you need to address, my love. You know, so. Yeah. And I'm going to just leave that right there. I hope Kim comes in here. Kim, if you come in, drop down. Make sure you. Kim drops down. I ain't worried about it. Kim left a comment under my video yesterday that I really need some clarity on. I need to understand. JB, you laughing? What you laughing at? You laughing at me saying she irks me? See, I don't want to say too much more because it might get me in trouble if I get into all of the whys. She irks me. It might get me in trouble. So I'm going to just leave it at she irks me. Kitty Dog said, I knew that's what you would get ready to say. She irked you too. Yes. I had to unfollow her because I used to follow her and stuff. I had to unfollow her because and same thing with Angelica Ross. I had to unfollow. Fight for your people, honey, but Moving right along. Well, I'll wait until if Kim doesn't drop down. Remind me. I'll still speak on it, but I really want, and I'm not mad at Kim or anything like that. He just had an opinion that I just wanted some clarification on. If he don't drop down, if you remind me, Chuck, I'll say what it was, because I asked him in the chat. I was like, "Can you explain to me how you came to that conclusion?" So I'll wait, because again, I would love to have the conversation. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Like I said, we don't have a lot to get into today. We all going to listen to that video that I wanted us to look at yesterday of that parent who I found it, the video I wanted to talk about on TikTok. Both of them are going to do great things over yonder. What's up, Angela? Hey, boo. I might have to get caught up on All-Stars this weekend. I still have not watched not one episode, and I owe Hershey a phone. I was going to come and see them perform last week, but baby, I didn't make it out the house. I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. I just didn't make it out the house. Powerful, today's your birthday. I'm sorry, boo. Happy birthday. Y'all, listen, y'all, now Powerful, that's my boo thing right there. Y'all make sure y'all flood this chat. Flood this chat for Powerful, please. Wish her a happy birthday. Powerful was on the cruise with us. Powerful took me to go see Lonnie B's play last year. I done hung out with Powerful at the T.S. Madison show. Y'all make sure y'all wish her a happiest of birthdays. Baby, Powerful is a mess. Oh, that's not 65. Okay. Baby, let me tell you something. Powerful is a mess. When we was on that cruise, and Powerful was telling us the story about some stuff. And baby, she is animated. She is a New Yorker, and she is animated. You hear me? And she get to telling them stories with that New York accent. Baby, she don't play no games. And we were cracking up when we were in y'all's suite, baby. We was cracking up. Do you hear me laughing at her? I gotta finish uploading my videos from the cruise. I said I was gonna do one every other day. Child, I've only uploaded 2 of them. I still haven't done the tour of my room. I haven't done the tour of y'all's room, and I never did get down to your room and do a tour of your room. Powerful, because Powerful got the single person room. That, you know, Virgin has a lot of the single sailor rooms, and she had one of those rooms, and I wanted to do a video of that. On the Alaskan cruise, somebody going with us got one. So I want to get a tour of their room when we're on the Alaskan cruise. So, and Powerful, if you want to, you can drop your Cash App in the chat if anybody want to bless you with some birthday blessings. You can drop your Cash App if you want, boo. Tracy, it was so cozy in y'all's room. Oh yeah, we had a good time. I can't wait to do it again. Child, that's the next thing I need to buy my flight for y'all's birthday weekend, and then I got to get my flight for Books and Bourbon, and I got to do my deposit for this cruise, honey. I'm gonna have to start taking some feet pictures for real. I said I was gonna do it. I never did do it, but baby, that might be my summer project, honey, because listen. Because the way this calendar is set up, they have a single room. They do, Cheryl. So here's the thing, and they have them on the ship. Now, they might be sold out by now, but you can always call and change what you have. I was only able to reserve balcony rooms, but they have other rooms available that you can book, and we just add you to the group. You just wouldn't be booked. We would just have to add you to the group. But if you want to call, I can call, or you can call on Monday. That Royal Caribbean is open on Saturday. If you remind me, we can call tomorrow and see if they have any more rooms. I think Cruz's sister got one. So we can check it out. Go online and see if they still have one available. Cheryl, you can go on the website, and if they still have one available, let me know, and we can call, and we can change your room. Yeah, we can work it out. Girl, you got my phone. I'm about to say you got my phone number. Girl, call me. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. Now, something funny happened today. Something real funny happened today, right? So the federal court decided today that Donald Trump immediately he's not allowed to shut down the Kennedy Center, and he immediately had to remove his name, right? That's what the federal judge said. So of course it's going to go to the Supreme Court, and who knows what the fuck they're going to do. But the federal judge said absolutely not. Take your name off this building immediately. The federal judge said immediately, not yesterday, not tomorrow, not next week, immediately, right now. Get somebody up there, and as fast as you put your name on that building, take your name off that building. And you do not have the authority to shut the Kennedy Center down. That is not under your purview as president of the United States. You did not follow the proper protocol, right? So Donald Trump proceeds to go on his Truth Social and go off. This man wrote a whole paragraph. Talking about he blamed Barack Obama. I really wish I understood what it was like for somebody to live rent-free in somebody's head that much. He blamed Barack Obama. He said because the judge was appointed by Barack Hussein. You know, he always got to say the Hussein part. Barack Hussein Obama, that's who appointed him. And he said he don't want to do it anymore. He's just going to give the Kennedy Center back to Congress because he doesn't, since we're not interested in him fixing it, he don't want to do it anymore. Like a petulant child. I don't want it anymore. You won't let me play with it the way I want to play with it, and I don't want it anymore. Take it back. And in my mind, all I was thinking was, yes, we'll take it back because, sir, you were never supposed to have it to begin with. You're not hurting our feelings by saying you can have it back. You know why? Because you were never supposed to have it, which is what the judge said, sir. It's something wrong with that. Like, it's not, and it's not funny. Like, there's nothing funny about what's going on right now, but it's comical at this point. It's just comical at this point. Like, sir, what is wrong with you? Like, what the? Anyway, I saw that before I went live, so I just thought I would just, share that for the people, honey. I'll just share that for the people. All right, let's get into what we got. So I woke up this morning. Y'all know yesterday we was talking about the Great American State Fair that Donald Trump was throwing, and he said all these people was going to be at the state fair. Well, today I woke up. Remember, we was talking about the Commodores. Oh, he can concede the Kennedy Center, but not the election. Oh, how about this? You're going to give the Kennedy Center back, and you mad at the judges after they gutted the Voting Rights Act, sir? Go sit down. Go take several motherfucking seats. Andrew, I saw that right before I went live. Let me look it up. We'll come back to that. Remind me. Because I'm gonna look. Hold on, let me look that up right now. Hold on. Let me see what the people are saying. Because I haven't been following it like that. Let me see. Meg the Stallion and Milagros Graham lawsuit update. Let's see. All right, we'll read that in a second. Yeah, there's an update. We'll read that in a second. Give me a second, y'all. All right, so did you see that? We're about to read that in a second. I just looked it up. I saw somebody was Conscious TV, but let me finish talking about this real quick. So I woke up this morning and the Commodores. Remember, we were talking about the Commodores yesterday, and I was like, I mean, no disrespect to the Commodores, but I really wasn't concerned about them performing or not, because they not the real Commodores. That's just how I feel about it. And I know somebody might be like, that's not right. Well, it is right. Let me tell you something. If 20 years from now, the only person left from the original New Edition is Ronnie DeVoe, and he's touring the country with 5 other niggas calling himself New Edition, I'm going to say the same thing. That's not New Edition. That's Ronnie DeVoe and 5 random niggas. I'm just saying. So the Commodore said this morning, well, I saw it this morning. The Commodores will not be performing at the Great American State Fair. Our music has always been our voice, and we choose not to publicly affiliate with any single political party. We support the betterment of all America. Now, that's what the Commodore said. Then Martina McBride, baby Martina McBride, said the following, and she released this long-ass statement, so give me a second. Let me get it together. Martina McBride said the following. I would like to talk to you and clear the air. I will not be performing at the Great American State Fair on June the 25th. I was presented with an opportunity to perform at a nonpartisan event that had turned out to be misleading. I asked lots of questions and was assured that this was a nonpartisan event and that this was meant to celebrate all 50 states. In my mind, I thought that this was a great way to celebrate the states and also bring people together in the way that only music can. I saw it as just a bigger version of so many state fairs I have performed at in the past. Celebrating community and what makes each state special. Sounds fun, right? Wholesome even. Yesterday, things started changing, and what we were told is in fact not what was happening. I have spent my entire career, it's blocked off, y'all. Sorry. The real people and real issues. I have been blessed to be a voice for those who have felt like they didn't have a voice, and it greatly upsets me that any fan who has been moved by my music may now feel like I'm abandoning the meaning behind those songs. I assure you that is not the case. I appreciate every single fan who has reached out, and I hope to get back to the DC area very soon. Signed, MM. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I don't think they're trusting the administration, Chuck. I think their management is being misled. I think that, what's up, Terrence? I think that their management is being misled. I honestly believe them when they said, hey, we were told that this was just, an event. It wasn't going to be political. It was just going to be like da 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 da. I believe that. I really, truly do believe that. But what I also believe is a lot of these people, if I'm being honest, I said it yesterday, a lot of these people probably need the paycheck. And they probably were being offered a good amount of money. I believe that they were probably being offered a good amount of money because people like Donald Trump think that money makes everything okay. So they were probably being offered more money than they normally get for a show. So they jumped on it. Now, to be fair, anything connected with anything right now is going to be seen as political. I'm sorry. It's just going to be. It's just going to be. But I truly believe, because at this point, everybody done dropped out except for Flo Rida and Vanilla Ice. Baby, everybody done dropped out except for Flo Rida and Vanilla Ice. Let me tell you something. Martina McBride, Young MC, CNC Music Factory, Milli Vanilli, The Commodores, Morris Day and the Time, and Bret Michaels. All of them people have dropped out. Now, is this a celebration of the 80s? I mean, was this gonna be like a celebration of the 80s? Because I mean, Martina McBride, Young MC, CNC Music Factory, Milli Vanilli, the Commodores, Morris Day and the Time, Vanilla Ice, Flo Rida, and Bret Michaels. When is the last time any of these people have had a hit? Was this? That lets you know that the pickings are slim. What's up, Lauren? Hey, boo. That lets you know that the pickings are slim, because even if there are people who have more stature that are Trump fans or MAGA or whatever, that tells me that they don't even want to be bothered. Because, right, where is Carrie Underwood? She sang down to the inauguration. She won't come and sing a little ditty. Snoop don't want to show up. He said he don't have time. What are some of them other country artists? What's that boy? Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll busy? He don't have time to come down here and sing a little ditty for y'all? I mean, Nicki Minaj can't come through? Ooh, it's still a little hot. Still a little hot. Child. Anyway, moving right along, honey. Moving right along. I just thought I would share that with the people. Southwest says that their plus size passengers no longer are required to buy a seat in advance. Now, we talked about this a while back, that Southwest added this policy where they are forcing people to buy these seats, and it's subject. It's no uniform policy. It's subject to whatever airport you're in and the person in charge and what they think. And the way that we're getting a lot of plus size people is getting them on their layover. So now you got them stuck because they're forced to pay this money you want them to pay at their layover. Well, when I saw that headline earlier today, I said, well, wait a minute. It says that they're no longer going to require people to buy extra seat in advance. It don't say nothing about how they had them people stuck at the airport on their layovers. So I said, well, let me read the article and let me make sure, okay? So let me read y'all what this says. It says, according to a new report, the airline has updated its customer of size policy. Baby, that's the name of the policy, customer of size. I don't know how I feel being referred to as customer of size. It will no longer require passengers who need extra space to purchase an additional seat before arriving at the airport. Instead, airport agents can now provide an extra seat at no additional cost when space is available. The move comes just months after Southwest faced backlash over policy changes tied to its transition to assigned seating. Earlier updates required customers who extended into neighboring seats to proactively purchase additional seats ahead of travel or risk paying for them at the airport, being rebooked or potentially removed from a flight if adjacent seating wasn't available. Southwest confirmed the latest adjustment took effect late last week and said it is working to create a more consistent experience for travelers who require extra space. The airline noted that the gate agents may now provide additional seating on the day of travel when available. The previous policy sparked widespread criticism online, when some travelers accusing the airline of unfairly targeting plus-size passengers and creating unnecessary stress around flying. Several viral social media posts and customer complaints drew attention to concerns about inconsistent enforcement and public embarrassment. While Southwest is still easing part of the policy, the airline is still encouraging customers who know that they'll need additional space to reserve it ahead of time to help ensure availability. Let me tell y'all something. That was kind of the last straw for me when it came to Southwest. As a plus size girl myself who has never needed an extra seat on any flight I have ever been on, I was like, I wish I'm not going to run the risk of what's up, Raven? Hey, boo. I said, I'm not going to run the risk of getting stuck at nobody's airport fucking around with Southwest. Let me tell y'all something. I never really was a Southwest fan. In the beginning, I used to really like Southwest. But over the years, I was finding less and less because I used to be able to get a good deal with Southwest. Over the last couple of years, maybe like the last 7 or 8 years, I stopped even looking at Southwest first because I used to go to Southwest first and could usually find some decent flights. I stopped being able to find them. The flights really weren't cheaper. And I was like, some people like the open policy. The open seat policy, I did not. I'm going to tell you why I like the free bag. I love the free bag. But let me tell you why I didn't like the open seat policy. I didn't like having to stand in line for my seat. I didn't like having to get up and make sure I check in. Sometimes, y'all, I would be 20 seconds and I'm already in group C. I didn't like that. I didn't like if I had an 8 o'clock flight. I didn't like having to set my alarm at 8, for 7:50 to remind myself to check in at 8 o'clock to still be in group C. I'll never understand how people got in group A. I very seldom was I able to get in group A. Tom Joyner, yeah. Now Tom Joyner used to, yeah, you're right. Because it's been years since I got a decent flight. Now I've flown Southwest a few times here and there over the years if they really truly had the better flight. But honestly, the free bags was the only perk. So when they got rid of the free bags, and then they got rid of because again, the seating wasn't my thing. But when they got rid of the free bags, I was like, oh, well, there's no need for me to ever look at y'all again. They pay extra. Yeah, I know you could like upgrade to group A. I was like, so you want me to pay extra to be able to stand in line first to still maybe. Oh Lord, let me pay my DirecTV bill. The little thing popped up on the screen. When I get off of here, y'all remind me I gotta pay my DirecTV bill for they didn't cut my shit off, child. I knew I had to pay that bill. I just keep forgetting. But Southwest, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes you lose customers and you just don't get them back. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like they was getting ready to get sued, or they already were being sued, because I already told y'all that was a lawsuit as far as I was concerned. I promise y'all, if I had ever had that experience with Southwest, baby, I was calling Pam. I'd have been like, Pam, do I have a lawsuit? And even if I don't have a good lawsuit, can we just file the paperwork and I can give me a little piece of change up off of Southwest? Because here's the thing. My issue with the policy wasn't bigger people having to buy another seat if they spilled over. That ain't even my issue. My issue would have been the inconsistency of the policy. When you literally had people who could get on the flight in California, have a layover in Arizona, and then at the layover, the flight, the gate agent at the layover saying, oh no, you can't get on this flight, you too big. Bitch, I flew a Southwest plane here. What do you mean? Y'all let me get on the plane in California? So I didn't gain any weight between California and here. So you mean to tell me that now that you got me stuck at my layover, because I'm not at my end destination. Now you got me stuck at my layover. You're telling me I need to buy another seat or I can't get on the plane. So now you got me stuck. See, that's where the lawsuit would have came in. Not that you have your policy. Okay, you got your policy. It's the inconsistent. There was no, like with Spirit had that little box that told you if your bag doesn't fit in this box, it's considered a carry-on and you got to pay extra. You knew what you was getting in Spirit. You knew how big your bag had to be or how small your bag had to be in order to not get charged that fee. It was consistent. It was the same box at every airport. But this, no. You mean to tell me that I can run into Bertha, who got into a fight with her boyfriend on the way here, or she just found out her boyfriend was cheating on her with a BBW, and now I got to pay for an extra seat because Bertha mad at fat people today? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And like I said, that's the problem. And I said that then. I said, oh, this sounds like a lawsuit. And I bet you somebody attorney called them. I've had Xfinity before. I don't like it. I've had Comcast. I've had Xfinity. I've had Verizon. Yeah. I just switched over to streaming. I had to see how I like the streaming. Remember, I just switched over everything, y'all. I got to see how I like it. It absolutely is blatant discrimination. And like I said, I would have me some change up off of Southwest. I promise you that. Before I made a damn video on TikTok, I'd have called Pam. Pam, we suing Southwest. What we got to do, what you need from me, how much the retainer going to be, girl? Because we about to get a piece of change off of Southwest. What about YouTube TV? Listen, here go the listen. Here's the situation. I need to know that I can get everything I need to get when I need to get it so that I can do my reviews on time. The thing with YouTube TV, I've heard people who really like YouTube TV, but I think YouTube TV doesn't have everything I need. I think that was the issue with YouTube TV. And I honestly don't remember because I do the research on these things. I've researched these things and there's a reason why I eliminate them. Let me tell you something. If I didn't do reviews, if I didn't get paid to watch television and do my reviews, I probably wouldn't hardly nothing. Yeah. So, because I've looked into a lot of it, but I've told y'all before, I like knowing where the stuff is. I like being able to get it when I need to get it. I don't want to wait on the next day on Peacock. I don't like it. That's just me, y'all. That's just me. That's what it is with the DirecTV. I have my DVR without the equipment. And look, I'm not gonna tell y'all because y'all gonna be like, really be that's trifling. Just say this weekend I gotta hook it all up, but I've had it for a couple of weeks and I ain't hooked it up yet. So, because I was trying to clean out my DVR. I was trying to actually clean out my DVR because once I cut it off, I can't, so I was trying to watch everything that's on my DVR before I set everything up. So that's what I'm trying to do. And this weekend is this the cutoff. Whatever I don't watch by the end of this weekend, it's a wrap. Because next weekend I'm going to be out of town. And then that's going to carry me into another month because my month don't start at the first of the month. It is trifling. I know. So whatever I don't watch by the end of this weekend is just a wrap. It's just, that's oh well. That's just it. But I done got through a lot of stuff. I'm at like I'm at like 80% of yeah. I'm cleaned out a lot of stuff. I had a lot of Christmas movies on my DVR. Baby, I still had Truman Capote and the Swans. I never finished watching it, y'all. I never finished watching it. I still had that in my DVR. And you know how long ago that was? That was like 2 years ago. I never finished watching it. Well, you know Ladies of London is in there. I ain't deleted that yet. So, let me tell y'all something, though. Speaking of me cleaning out my DVR, I finally watched those Toni Braxton movies, Breathe Again, and He Wasn't Man Enough for Me. Y'all, the movies are actually pretty good. I was a little skeptical. Because, you know, I mean, Toni Braxton was never known for her acting, but she clearly has taken some acting classes. The storylines were actually really good. The acting was actually really decent, and I enjoyed both of the movies. And I watched those this week because they've been sitting in my DVR. And I watched both of those this week, and I was mad at myself that it took me so long to actually watch them because they were good. The first one, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me. The only thing I hated in that movie was Essence Atkins trying to give us that Southern accent. Girl, I don't know who told you to do a Southern accent. I don't know why that's the direction you tried to go in. I don't know why you decided to do that, but it was terrible. That Southern accent was horrible. I don't know why you did it. I know you were supposed to be a Southern belle, but I really wish people would stop feeling like if you're going to be a Southern belle, you have to have this heavy ass Southern accent. You don't. Yes, Toni Braxton, she did 2 movies on Lifetime. The first one was called He Wasn't Man Enough for Me, and the second one was called Breathe Again. And both of them are really good movies. Again, when I say really good movies, y'all, I ain't saying Oscar contenders. Please don't nobody come back to me and say, Really B, you said, I ain't saying it need to win an Oscar. Don't, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that the storylines are decent and the acting is pretty good. And the first one, like I said, the first one I hated. I just hated that Essence Atkins tried to give us this Southern accent. This, you know, oh my gosh, why would you do it? I was like, what is she doing? Why is she talking like that? But it was good. The storyline, Toni Braxton it was Toni Braxton, Yvette Nicole Brown, and Essence Atkins. They all went to Spelman. They were friends from Spelman. Toni Braxton's character and Essence Atkins' character had fallen out, and Yvette Nicole Brown was sort of like the friend in the middle. And then Toni Braxton had this boyfriend who she found out some things about him. I ain't gonna tell y'all the whole story. And they broke up, and then the story went from there. I'm not gonna give y'all the rest of it because it's actually really good. And I'm sure it'll come back around. Y'all know how they recycle the movies or whatever. And then the second one was called Breathe Again, where Essence Atkins is in that one too. But I thought it was a sequel since it had Essence Atkins in it, but it's not. It's a totally different movie. But it's very Ready to Exhale like. Toni Braxton, Essence Atkins, and Cree Summer. They meet on a reality show and become friends. And then it's really good. It's really, really good. It's really good. So I recommend both of them. If y'all catch them on Lifetime, I recommend both of them. They were really good. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let's talk about this Milagro Graham situation. So there's an update. Yeah. Did y'all see the teaser for the Hillman, the reboot of Hillman, A Different World? Did y'all see the teaser was dropped today? And that's all it is. It really is just a teaser. It's not a trailer. It's not. There's nothing. It's just it's cute though. It was real cute. All right, let's read this. So this is an update in the Milagros Graham Meg Thee Stallion case. So I'm gonna read you guys this. Now this is written. I'm reading from Rolling Stone magazine. It says that Meg Thee Stallion defamation judgment was reinstated against blogger Milagro Grahams. A judge found that Grahams was commissioned by Tory Lanez family to brand Meg a liar, leaving her without media defendant protections for those statements. Okay. A federal judge has reinstated Meg Thee Stallion's $16,000 defamation win against blogger Milagro Grams, finding that Grams was acting on behalf of Tory Lanez and his family when she attacked Meg's credibility in 3 statements that the jury found defamatory. In a ruling issued Friday and obtained by Rolling Stone, Chief U.S. District Judge Celia Atalanga, reversed her earlier decision. Oh, she reversed herself? To set aside the award on procedural grounds. The judgment had been thrown out after the jury found that Grams, whose real name is Milagro Cooper, qualified as a media defendant, a designation that required Megan to give her advance notice before filing a defamation claim. Cooper never received that notice. Oh, so it was thrown out on the technicality. Got it. Upon further reflection, the judge ruled that while Cooper could still qualify as a media defendant, in some instances, the evidence presented at her civil trial last year showed that she was commissioned by Lanez and his father, Sunstar Peterson, to make the defamatory statements. In those statements, Cooper suggested that Meg was lying when she said that Lanez shot her in both her feet in alcohol-fueled curbside confrontation in 2020. Lanez, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, was convicted and is now serving. Okay, we know that, child. We don't need to keep saying that. It says that today's ruling is a reminder that the truth matters and ultimately prevails. The rapper said Friday in a statement welcoming the judge's decision. I'm truly grateful for the judge's thoughtful and thorough consideration of reinstating the jury's defamation verdict and holding the defendant fully accountable for all of her actions. I'm ready to finally close this chapter, and I hope this sends a powerful message that spreading lies and defamatory statements has clear consequences. Cooper, who is now representing herself in the case, did not immediately respond to a request for comment. In her ruling, the judge said that Cooper received payments from Sunstar, obtained information from the Peterson team before other media outlets, and sent materials to assist Daystar's criminal defense. Trial evidence showed Cooper had an ongoing arrangement with Peter's family, the judge wrote. Because the trial records show the defendant was commissioned by the Petersons to publish or broadcast the 3 defamatory statements, the judge finds as a matter of law that the defendant was not entitled to pre-suit notice. The court does not find that the defendant could never be considered a media defendant and only reaches the defendant's role in publishing the 3 statements that the jury determined were defamatory. So what the judge is saying is, in the future, I'm not saying that she can't be considered media, but in this case, she was not acting in that capacity. Got it. That makes sense. The judge said that Cooper is now back to owing the full $75,000 judgment awarded to Meg last December. In that verdict, the jury in Florida found Cooper liable for not only defaming Megan, but also intentionally inflicting emotional distress and boosting the reach of a sexually explicit deepfake video. It awarded Meg damages of $15,000 for defamation, $8,000 for emotional distress, $50,000 for promotion of an altered video. The jurors added $1,000 in punitive damages for the defamation count and another $1,000 in punitive damages for the emotional distress count. Well, there's the update, ladies and gentlemen. Do I review Big Brother? Yes. Although I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late with my Big Brother reviews because Big Brother starts. The week that Big Brother starts, that's when I'm going to be out of the country. So I am going to do Big Brother, but I'm going to be late doing it. Really B, are you going to watch Earth, Wind, and Fire documentary on HBO on June the 7th at 9 p.m.? Questlove did it. I was wondering, would you be interested in doing a live chat and discussion about it? Maybe. I forgot about that. I did hear about that, though. Hold on, y'all. Let me remind my daddy, because that's his favorite group, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I gotta remind myself. But yeah, I mean, if I watch it and I feel like I want to talk about it, I can. All right, my bad. I had to tell my daddy before I forgot. I have to talk to Angela. We haven't talked about Big Brother yet, you guys. I'll have to talk to Angela about doing the fantasy league. Yeah, that's my dad's favorite group. He loved him some Earth, Wind, and Fire, honey. He loved him some Elements. That's really sick of what man in his family? Oh, you talking about Tory Lanez and his family? Oh. Yeah, my daddy loved him some the Elements, honey. We know Hassan. If y'all like Ali Sadiq, the comedian, we know Hassan gonna be watching it, honey. We know Hassan gonna be there. If y'all know Ali Sadiq, y'all know the joke. Baby Hassan love his Elements, honey. All right. So that's the update we didn't know we needed. What else we got going on? Hold on. We only have so Judge Eleanor Ross is this black judge and down to the Georgia. And she just got in trouble because allegedly she was like having sex in her chambers and she was doing all kinds of stuff that she shouldn't have been doing. Now that's the same judge that sentenced Todd Chrisley. Now I'm gonna be honest, it's probably not oh, well, I'm glad you're here keeping it 100 with Malik. Thank you. It's probably not appropriate to be having sex in your chambers while you're supposed to be, doing other stuff. I'm sure. Like, I got that. But Todd Chrisley, hey, boo. Hey, sir, come here. I think it's the same judge that said she would hold up court proceedings so she could go walk her dog. Yeah, listen, Todd, that don't have nothing to do with why you went to jail, sir. He said Todd Chrisley is calling for her impeachment. That's not going to change nothing about your case. I mean, you got pardoned. Can you just go on somewhere? Why you go somewhere like sir? Go over there. Go over there. I mean, having her impeached don't have nothing to do with why your ass went to jail. Anyway, I just saw that and thought I would address it. Moving right along. Shout out to Serena Williams. She reportedly will play doubles with Victoria Makobo. I don't want to say the lady name wrong. At the Queens Club Championships. Rumors are that she's getting ready to come out of retirement. Now, we've had this conversation before. This rumor has gone around before about her coming out of retirement. I honestly think she's chasing she needs that last Grand Slam. I think she only needs one more Grand Slam to break the record. Is it Martina Navratilova's record? And after finding out about Miss Martina Navratilova, I want her to break it. I want her to come out of retirement and do whatever she needs to do. I'm here for it, Serena. And this might be a warm-up to see if her body really can handle the rigor of training and what she has to do to get in shape and be ready. This may be sort of a warm up, or maybe this is just all she wants to do, and everybody's reading more into it. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know. Is it Billie Jean King record? Okay, then it's Billie Jean King record. Margaret Court. Okay, okay. It's Margaret Court has the all-time record, and Serena is one behind. Okay, okay. Well, you know, Martina Navratilova made them comments about she's made anti-trans comments, and then she made the comments about in vitro. Then she has something negative to say about in vitro. It's Margaret Court. I'm sorry, y'all. I was wrong. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Damn, Margaret Court is a bad person too. Damn. Well, what she do? Tiami says she deserves it. Margaret Court is a trash human being. And I trust what T say. I trust what if T say she's a trash human being, I trust it. I just don't know what she did. Oh, she was really snotty about Serena. Well, Serena, go break that bitch's record, dude. Go do it. Uh-oh. What's going on? She's a preacher and uber religious. Oh. Yeah. Let me see. I don't remember exactly what she said now, but I know because we talked about this during the Real Housewives of Miami. Let me see. Yeah, she lost a lot of weight too. So, like I said, she may not desire to go back to that. Maybe she just wants to play a little bit of tennis, or maybe she's just trying to see if her body can do it. Okay, so Martina Navratilova has been controversial for two related sets of comments: her views on trans women in sports and her comments about pregnant surrogacy. Her biggest controversy started in 2019 when she argued that allowing trans women to compete in women's sports was cheating and unfair because of biological advantages. Um, LGBTQ sports groups removed her from its advisory board, saying her comments were transphobic and based on a false understanding of science. And then she has continued making comments on Twitter and X about trans issues. Recently, she reacted to pregnancy-related protections for transgender women by writing things like pregnancy protection for male bodies, ? And who are these people, ? Another post reached to an Australian reporter about pregnancy protection for transgender women with, yes, you are reading. Oh, okay. And then there was another comment that she made about surrogacy in 2025. She said surrogacy is just wrong, which led, and this is what Andy Cohen criticized her comments as ill-informed and dumb. Yeah. So there it is. Martina Navratilova says she is defending women's spaces, women's sports, and biology-based language, but critics argue her comments are hostile to trans people and dismissive of modern family building options like surrogacy. So that's what But that's what I was referring to when I said she's made some of these comments. That's what I was referring to. And I knew we had talked about the surrogacy and the trans stuff comments. Excuse me, I don't mean trans stuff like that, but the trans comments when we were Real Housewives of Miami was on. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess congratulations are in order for Tasha K. They said that Tasha K signed a partnership deal today. Well, maybe not today, but it was announced today with Oceanic Trade Winds, who've also been connected with Wendy Williams, and she inked a partnership deal with them. Now I'm gonna read y'all this. I'm gonna read y'all what this says, and I'm gonna tell you I caught the interesting. And maybe I'm putting 2110. Y'all know I'm not the biggest Tasha K fan, so y'all have my permission. Sorry, y'all. Now I'm gonna read y'all this, and like I said, I know that y'all might be like, "Well, really be, you really ain't crazy about Tasha K, so maybe you read more into it." But I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna just read what it says. It's coming from the Neighborhood Talk, okay? And y'all know the Neighborhood Talk is a very Tasha K friendly place. It says, Tasha K signs with Oceanic Trade Winds, the company behind some of the biggest names in urban media, including Wendy Williams, Ricky Smiley, and Donnie McClurkin. The partnership sets the stage for what's ahead. So this is the quote from Tasha K. I am genuinely happy to be partnering with a company I've admired since I came into this business. Rick Party first spotted me on YouTube back in 2017 and took me to Gary, who I met 3 years ago. So this has truly been a deal in the works for about 3 years. If it wasn't for Rick, I wouldn't have met or become part of this incredible team. Now I'm working closely with Gary and Rick, and they're implementing a strong Salesforce team behind me and the brand that my team and I have built over the last 14 years. This is just the beginning. That's the quote from her. So then it goes on to talk about Gary Bernstein, founder and president of Oceanic Trade Winds. I don't want to sound ignorant, y'all. I don't want to sound ignorant, y'all. I'm going to say that 3 times before I say this. I know that just because his name is Bernstein don't make him Jewish. Got it. But is this man Jewish? Gary Bernstein, founder and president of the company, said working with Tasha reminds me of when I worked with Wendy Williams and syndicated her. That same star power, that same connection with the people. We're moving aggressively to syndicate Tasha nationally and globally. She brings reach, loyalty, and commerce, backed by platforms generating between 150 and 200 million views per month across YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Bigo, and more. All anchored by one of the most loyal fan bases in entertainment, the Winos. They don't just watch, they show up, they support, they convert. That's the kind of engagement advertisers spend years trying to manufacture. And the only reason why I'm asking is this man Jewish is because do they know some of the comments she's made about Jewish people? Because Tasha K has made some not so nice comments about Jewish people. I'm just wondering. Okay. Then it says, legendary executive producer and voiceover icon Rick Party added, when I saw Tasha K on YouTube years ago, I knew she had the it factor. She reminded me of Petey Green, unapologetically black, fearless, raw, and connected to the people with that same conversion starting energy. Wendy Williams brought to media conversation. Love her or hate her, people watch, people react, people talk. That's the Tasha K star power. More details on the first layer of Tasha K's multi-stack syndication deal with the company will be announced in the coming weeks. They only care about the money. Oh, okay. Listen, as Tasha K absolutely has star power. Tasha K absolutely has that it factor. Tasha K absolutely has the ability to create a loyal fan base that will follow her. And they, because they went over to the app, they paid extra, all of the things. She absolutely has all of it. That has never been Tasha K's problem. Tasha K's problem is Tasha K. Tasha K's problem is Tasha K and her ego and her inability to get out of her own way. I don't wish bad on her. I want to see her be successful because I do believe all of those things. As much as I'm not a fan because of a lot of the things that she says, I just don't agree with and I don't like. She absolutely has all of those things that they say she has. She absolutely has that star power, that it fact. She's got all of that. She's got all of that. The problem is her getting out of her own way and listening to people when people try to tell her stuff. So I'm hoping that she has learned, that she's willing to listen. She's willing to open up. You know, Petey Green, if y'all don't know who Petey Green is, Petey Green is a DC legend, a radio legend here in the DC area. And he is another one. He absolutely was. He had all of the things. He had it factor. He had star power. People loved him. The people loved Petey Green. But Petey Green couldn't stay out his own way. Don Cheadle did the movie of years ago of Petey Green. But Petey Green couldn't stay out of his own way. What about the mind game part of it? They own some of her rights. They own a piece of her and a level of control. Absolutely, they do. Talk to me. Yep, that was the name of the movie. And listen, as a DC girl, I learned all about Petey Green. Petey Green died years ago. And I'm not sure. Let me see. I don't remember how he died. Child, y'all got me. I don't even remember how Petey Green died. I promise, I don't even remember. How did Petey Green die? Lord, autocorrect is not my friend today. Golly. Kenneth sent a gift. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you. Petey Green, he died of cancer in 1984. He was 52 years old. He died days before his 53rd birthday. Liver cancer, more specifically. Mm-hmm. If she didn't drag Cardi, she wouldn't be here. So let's see if it was worth it. Well, we'll see. Thank you, Tracy. There's the link if you want to go to Books and Bourbon. Hold on, y'all. Let me play my commercial real quick. I'll be right back. Let me play my commercial. Who just texted me? Did somebody just text me? Dang, I usually time that. I usually get that timing right. My bad, y'all. I'm usually back before the commercial's done. My bad. My bad. All right. I think that's it. So let's get into this graduation drama situation. Hold on. There it is. If you're interested in coming to Abby's birthday, there's the link. Thank you, Tracy. Books and Bourbon, there's the link. And if you want to come to the July event, some more tickets were sold this week. Thank you to those of you that purchased tickets. Busy Blue is confirmed. Busy Blue said that he will be there. I told you guys, Paige and Dr. Pam will be there. I have invited some other YouTube creators that live in the DC area. I'm trying to get in touch with. Does anybody have contact information for Shay Renee? I'm trying to get in contact with her, and I'm trying to get in contact with is it Bonnie Scorch that lives in the DC area, I believe. Let me know. There's El Teddy. Yes. Is it Bonnie Scorch, y'all, that lives in the DC area? I'm trying to get in touch with those two young ladies because I want to invite them as well. So please, Bonnie Scotch. Yes. Do y'all know her Instagram or anything like that? Is it Bonnie Scotch? I want to invite her. And I want to invite Shay Renee. And I'm almost certain Shay Renee, we follow each other on Instagram. But what are if there are other YouTubers in the DC area? I've already invited a few people, you guys. So I'm not saying their name. I mean, go ahead and put their name in the chat. I may have already reached out to them. Oh, Cajun and Busy, we went out to dinner last year when Cajun was up here for his birthday. The three of us went out and had crabs. And yes, it was a mess, Lauren. It was a whole mess with Cajun and Busy together. Yes, it was a mess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Richie Scott lives in the area. Yeah, I reached out to a few people already. Of course, I reached out to to my girl Taria. Y'all know she's a maybe. She's a maybe. She's got to see what else she may have going on. She's a maybe. She's a strong maybe, but she's a maybe. So if she becomes a yes, I'll definitely let you guys know. Okay. So before I go into I have reached out to Monique Samuels twice, not to invite her to this event, but I reached out to her about her oils. I reached out to Monique about the oils to see if they have like an affiliate code or anything like that, because I really like her essential oils, and nobody's responded. I reached out to her on her Instagram page, and I also reached out on the Instagram page for the essential oils. So I don't know. I mean, I'll reach out again, but I ain't gonna be no stalker or nothing. But I did reach out to her. So so Chuck, are you still here, Chuck? Kim, if you're here, drop down, please. Chuck, if you're still here, because I told Chuck I would say this before we get ready to move into this graduation drama, child. Oh, yeah. Okay. So y'all know yesterday we were talking about gay, straight, bisexuality. And I was saying, as a straight woman, I can only speak for myself, y'all. As a straight woman, in my mind, if a person dates someone of the same sex, but they're also attracted to people of the opposite sex, in my mind, that's bisexual. That's what I said yesterday. I said that if you are a man and you date women, but then you will have sex with a man. In my mind, that's bisexual. I said that yesterday. And I said, as a straight woman, that is how I see it. I don't understand the idea of I'm not gay, but I'm a man and I'll sleep with men, or I'm a woman and I'll sleep with a woman. Here's the thing. I understand what people choose to identify as. So I'm not telling somebody else, hey, what do you mean? You're bisexual. I'm saying in my mind, that makes you bisexual. You can identify as whatever the fuck you want to identify as. You understand what I'm saying? You can call yourself androgynous, pansexual, straight, gay. You can call yourself a cracker. I don't give a fuck. But I'm saying from my perspective, that is how I felt. Okay? Now, so Kim said, if you think that a guy that is attracted to a trans woman is bisexual, then it comes off as if you don't believe trans women are women. And that I didn't understand how one had anything to do with the other. So I just wanted some clarity on that. And I responded, I said, I don't understand how you draw that conclusion. And he never responded. So I was hoping he would be here today so we can have the conversation. Because I think that there's a nuance in looking at things through the lens of a gay person and looking at things through the lens of a straight person. And so I just think, y'all know me, I like having the conversations because maybe you can explain it to me and make me understand it from a different perspective. Because Chuck was trying to explain something to me yesterday as well. And I was like, I don't understand that. And I don't. And I don't understand how me saying that a straight man that'll have sex with a man and a woman, I was saying that makes him bisexual, in my opinion. I don't understand how that has anything to do with me believing that trans women are real women. I feel like, and I believe that there's a difference between identity and biology. I absolutely believe that trans women are women. I respect trans women as women. I respect trans men as men. And I respect the identity, and I will use your pronouns, and I will respect all of that. I think I have shown you guys that, and I think I have proven that that is who I am. Am I perfect? No. Will I maybe sometimes say something ignorant? Maybe I will sometimes because I'm not perfect. And maybe I will say the wrong thing. I don't know. But I feel like I 100% respect and understand that. That's different. I don't understand how that eliminates my belief that a trans woman is a woman. And I'm not mad. I just want to understand. That's it. Because again, it's all about perspective. So I don't think it means you don't think trans women are women. I just talked about this earlier. As being in the LGBTQ, I don't understand a lot at all. Right. And listen, you're in the community and you don't understand everything. And I have friends who I've talked to and they don't understand everything. And I don't understand everything. So that's why I'm open for the conversation. I just wanted to, because again, everything doesn't translate well when you're typing it. And I understand that. And so y'all know I love Kim. Me and Kim don't always agree, but I love Kim. He's a supporter. And I just wanted to hear that perspective because maybe he can explain it in a way that will make sense to me. That's all. So yeah. But moving right along. So listen, let's get into this. So I have two graduation stories. One is just a quick story, and the second one is this video that I want to show y'all of this lady talking about why her son didn't graduate from high school. Now, the first one is the story that I saw today, actually, where a father showed up at the graduation to see his daughter graduate. Excuse me. And the mother did not want the father there. Excuse me. The mother did not want the father there. The mother went to the principal and told the principal, there's a protective order. He can't be here. We have an order of protection against him. He can't be here. The principal said, listen, you're going to have to show me a copy of the protective order in order for me to escort him out of here because he has a right to be here. He is her father. He is on all her paperwork as her father, and he has a right to be here. So I'm not going to escort him out. I'm not going to have security take him out of his daughter's graduation unless you can show me some paperwork to prove that legally he's not supposed to be within XYZ amount of feet of y'all. So as a result, the mother took the child and pulled the child out of the graduation, and their daughter didn't participate in her own graduation. Now, hold on. A trans woman is a trans woman. They are a part of the LGBTQ. If a man wants a trans woman, by definition, he is also part of the LGBTQ. That's not the conversation, Mims. That's not what he's saying. As a lesbian, I feel the same way, confused within my own community at times. I just try not to speak on the parts that I don't understand. Some people may find curiosity to be disrespectful. Yeah. That's why I said I'm open to the conversation because I want to understand. And there are going to be some things that we're just not going to understand because of our own perspective. That's like with the whole Nova thing on Chasing Reality with the Nova Althea thing. I said at a certain point, it just does. There are going to be things that as a straight Black woman, I'm not going to understand from a trans woman's perspective and vice versa. At a certain point, sometimes you just hit a crossroads and you have to say, you know what? I'm going to just respect your point of view on this, and you'll just have to respect my point of view on this. And we just got to move on. And I think that's just kind of where we are with that. And that's why I'm open for the conversation. So again, this wasn't meant to put anybody on the spot. Y'all know I love Kim. I just wanted to understand. I just wanted to understand. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why my nose is running. So let me say this. If there was an order of protection, one, the school should have already known. Because here's the thing. Unless it was something that had just transpired in the past couple of weeks, the school should have already known that there was an order of protection, because that means that the father shouldn't have been up at the school, and the parent absolutely should have taken paperwork to the school to say, hey, I know his name is on her birth certificate. I know her name is on all of her records, but some things have transpired in the last couple of weeks, and there's now an order of protection, and he should not be allowed to come up to the school. He should not be allowed to come and pick her up at all, period. So the school should have already known if there was an order of protection in place. The school should have already known prior to that day. Because again, I worked at a school. I think I told y'all this story before, where we had a young man who had just transferred into the school. He hadn't been at the school maybe a couple of weeks. And his father came to pick him up from school. And we didn't know. This was years ago. This was like my first couple of years of teaching. So this was in the days of faxes and all of that. So thank God that the boy knew that he wasn't supposed to go nowhere with his father, because we called him down to the office for early dismissal. When I say we, I mean the secretary, the father showed up, and again, he's on the paperwork. So they called him to come downstairs. Baby, they said that boy opened up the door and saw his father in the office, took off running. And he had just transferred into the school a couple of weeks earlier, and we could not find him. We didn't know where that little boy was hiding. We finally found him in the boiler room. But by the time, because he ran the way he did, because he took off and ran the way he ran, we knew something was wrong. And so that's when we called the mother. And that's when the mother said, oh, absolutely not. She said, I'm faxing over the order of protection now. He has an order of protection. He's not supposed to be up at the school. He's not supposed to pick him up. I'm calling the police and I'm on my way. And thank God that little boy knew to run because it was an abusive situation kind of thing. Thank God he knew to run, but the mother didn't give us the paperwork. And she said, I just transferred him in. I'm still in the process of getting his name legally removed. It's a whole process when the person is the biological parent, it's a process, right? And so I say all that to say, in this world where it's so much easier to get documentation and send documentation to the school and put everything electronically, it's no reason in the world why, if there was a protective order in place, that the principal did not know. And the principal even said to the mother, if you can show me some documentation, I'll have him escorted out. If you can show me anything, I will have him escorted out of here. And the mother said the mother didn't show her anything. So rather than let the father stay for the graduation, the mother took the child out. I agree. I don't believe there was an order of protection either. And the father was upset, obviously, She should have said, oh no, the mother definitely should have told us. Absolutely, the mother should have told us. Absolutely. But I thank God that little boy knew. And when I say, listen, and the reason why I knew what was going on, because I didn't have a class that period. So they asked everybody, baby, every teacher that didn't have a class that period, all of the security guards, we were all searching that school looking for that boy. We searched that building. I mean, they finally found him in the boiler room. And I was like, how the hell did he even know the boiler room was open? I was like, did he randomly just know how to get into the boiler room, or had he scoped out places to hide? Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, did he look for a place to hide? Wait a minute, Ray Bishop. Hold on, Ray. Hold on, boo. Let me scroll back up. He said I give a new. And hey, Ray. Ray said, hold on. Ray said, I make sure all of my kids' schools have a copy of the RO against their mom. My ex, she tried to show up at the school once, and the heave hold her ass right up out the chair, right up out of there, and called the law. Yeah, and I keep a printed copy in both cars and a digital copy on my phone. My church even has a copy, right? Like if you have a protective order against this man to the point where you're gonna pull your child out of her own graduation and not allow her to participate in graduation, I feel like you should, especially in this day and age, baby, you should be able to just pull that thing up on your phone. Cindy said he's used to hiding from that man. Yeah, he must have been. What grade was the young lady in? It did not look like a high school graduation. And the reason why I say that, so I feel like it might be middle school, is because the principal wasn't dressed up in regalia. The principal had on a nice suit, but she didn't have on formal robe and regalia. In most high schools, there's, you're in your regalia. So that's why I feel like it was probably a middle school graduation. But I don't know. They didn't say from what grade. Yeah. Now let me. That mama was playing. She didn't have no order. Child, I agree with you. Now let me let y'all listen to this. I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna let y'all, because y'all. I finally found that video I was looking for over on the TikTok yesterday. Oh, wait a minute. Paige and Dr. Pam just sent me a message, honey. Hold on, y'all. Paige and Dr. Pam just sent me a message. She must be in the bushes. Hey, girl, hey. She sent me a message. She said that she has also invited Chantal from Purple Panda Pants. Okay, thank you. Hold on. Okay, thank you very much. All right, So hold on. Let y'all see this video later, y'all. Cause again, hold on. Oh, there it is right there. Cause again, there's a reason why. There's a reason why. I'm gonna let y'all see this video for yourself. So y'all won't say, really B, you exaggerating. Really B. And I know sometimes I play stuff for y'all, but I want y'all to see this one. I want y'all to see this one. So hold on, let me pull it up. Let me share my screen. Let me pull it up because y'all got to see it for yourself. And we're going to talk about this parent and all the reasons why she knew her son wasn't graduating from nobody's high school and all the problems and all the issues with this conversation. Let's just get into it. Okay. Let me share my screen. Oh, wrong button. Kim, now you drop down. We just got finished having a conversation where I was saying I was hoping you could give some clarity on the comment you made because I wanted to understand what you were trying to say about if I believe that those people are bisexual, then it would give the impression that I don't believe that trans women are women. So that was I didn't understand what you were saying, and I wanted some clarity on it because I wanted to understand. Oh, you just left a comment. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. You just responded. See, I have an answer, but I don't want to publicly say my answer because I don't want no because my answer is probably not going to be politically correct. So I do have an answer. But to be clear, I do believe that trans women are women. I believe that is what they identify. I respect their identity. I respect their pronouns. I respect all of that. So I believe that. But I also believe that if you are I don't see your point. I don't. But I understand. I don't. And again, I don't know how to answer this without pissing somebody off. But I think me not being somebody that's attracted to anything other than a biologically born man, I think that's a question I can't answer because I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. So let me. I'm gonna stop talking to riddles. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, and if it get me canceled, it just get me canceled. Let me say this. I understand that people are attracted to what they're attracted to. I have no problem with that. But again, it goes back to what I was saying yesterday. I can agree and I can be okay with and respect your identity. Because again, your identity is not the same as your biology. So I can understand that you are a trans woman and you identify as a woman, and that is who you are. But biologically, you are not. And so, and again, I'm not somebody that's attracted to trans men or trans women, so I can't speak from that perspective. But from where I sit on the outside of that of that attraction, to me, in order for you to still be attracted to a trans man or a trans woman, I still feel like that puts you in the area of bisexuality. That's my opinion. So I don't think that means that I don't accept who trans people identify as, because that is your identity. That's not your biology. So to me, you are still biologically attracted. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense what I'm trying to say. Because I'm going to use the same example as I used last night. I have seen some fine ass trans men. Like, you be like, oh my God. Like, whoa. Like, muscular and buff and bearded up and tatted up and all of the things. I'm still not sexually attracted to them. I still don't desire to have sex with them. Does that make sense? But I'm talking about trans anything, trans man or trans woman. You're saying trans woman, I'm saying trans man or trans woman. I'm just saying trans, period. But you're saying, you're saying a trans woman isn't presenting a man, they're presenting a woman. I got that. I understand what that means. I understand a trans woman versus a trans man, but I'm not attracted to women. So it wouldn't apply to me on either side. That's what I'm saying. So I'm using the example of what I'm attracted to, which is a man. But I'm not attracted to trans men. Not sexually. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So to say that that it would lead people to believe that I don't accept a trans, I do. I absolutely do. But I still feel like if you, that's just my opinion. And again, my opinion don't make me right. It just means it's my opinion. Yeah, I don't understand how we got to trans people either, but again, that's why I wanted to understand. That's all. And again, listen, life is all about y'all know how I feel about having the conversations. I don't have a problem having the conversations. Because how do you learn if you don't have the conversation? But let's get into this because we've been on here for an hour. We've been on here almost 2 hours, y'all. Let me share my screen. Let's talk about this lady and her son graduating, child. Nobody loves me like you do. No. Wait a minute, I can't find what there it is right there. I'm about to say I can't find what I'm looking for. Okay. Now let this lady explain to y'all about her son. Let's do full screen, honey. About her son graduating from high school. This is the lady that says she's looking for an educational attorney. So let's
everybody know, because I may need a lawyer after this, how Gwinnett County school system, along with secondary high school, got me and my family fucked up, and we ain't never laid together. I want to let y'all know how. These people snatched my son's graduation ceremony right up from under his feet. And you may ask how. So I know y'all want to know how, right? Okay. So
Tracy, why you say that lady lying already? That lady ain't even said nothing yet. That lady ain't even said nothing yet, Tracy. You talk about that lady lying. She didn't say nothing. Now?
I'll go from November 25th, 2025, meaning when I re-enrolled him somewhere up in there. The reason there was a re-enroll because I took him out because there were some attendance issues, and I don't have time to deal with school about no attendance and all that.
Now, To be fair, I just laughed at Tracy. But when I watched this video, at that point, I already knew where this was going. She said, I took my child out of school because there was some attendance issues. And I ain't had time to deal with that. I already knew where we was going. I already knew. Do a poll? Okay, I'm going to do a poll. I already knew where this was going, but we got to hear the whole story, y'all. Y'all might change your mind. When y'all hear the whole story now.
Then I sent him back. Okay, I took him out along with my other children because I don't even like dealing with school. I only let them go because they ask. If it with me, they homeschool like my other ones are.
She said, I only sent them to school because they asked. Not it's the law. Not I want my children to get an education. I only sent them to school because they asked. She said, because I was just going to homeschool them like the rest of my kids. First, I got two questions. First of all, how many kids you got? And second of all, who teaching them? I want to know who is teaching them. All right, I'm going to let it keep playing. I'm going to put the poll up.
Anyway, when I sent him back, Joe was told that he has 20 credits. My son has always had good grades. I have proof of that. He's never been he's never had any disciplinary issues, anything, right? So he had 20 credits, and the plan was for him to work on everything he needed to work on by graduation to get his 4 credits. That was November. Okay. Since that, after I sat with the counselor, because y'all teachers, y'all be want parents who wouldn't be involved get treated like shit. I'm just letting you know. So we sat with the counselor. She told me, and me and my son, whatever he needed to do to get his last little credits to get on up out of there. And it was like, okay, he was in a credit recovery program, and he had the recovery credits, and he had, his tests and exams and stuff that was coming up. Now,
so as somebody that works in a school, you have totally just contradicted yourself. You said my child has never had any disciplinary issues, he's always had good grades. Yet your child was in a credit recovery program for him to be able to graduate. Students that get good grades don't need credit recovery. I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. Students who get good grades don't need credit recovery. But let's keep going.
This lady got all the time to talk to me. The school got all the time to talk to me, because if they miss a day, they send a letter for that shit if it's 10 days.
Again, she said if they miss a day, they send a letter for that shit if it's 10 days. Ma'am. So is it 1 day or 10 days? Because 10 days, I know in the state of Maryland, by law, if your child has 10 unexcused absences, they legitimately, the state of Maryland can fail your child for the year. And it could be, you could have 10 unexcused absences before the end of October. Now, do they normally do that? No, they normally do not fail kids for 10 unexcused absences. But technically, they can. So did they send a letter after 1 day or after 10 days? I'm gonna listen. It gets worse.
Fast forward through school, when we get to the month of May and you're knowing graduation, nobody told me my son would not be able to graduate. Nobody told him. He was continuously led to believe that he will graduate. And I know y'all might be like, but he in high school, he don't see his credits, he don't see this and that, or whatever have you, right? I don't know. But what I do know...
She said, I don't know. She said, I don't know. Ma'am, not only can your child see his grades, you can too. You can log into whatever system they have down there in Georgia, and you can see your kids' grades. We have Parent View here in Maryland where parents can log in all day, every day. You know how I know? Because let me put a grade in. Baby, them parents be emailing me, why did my child fail this assignment? Shit, I don't know. Ask them. I mean, obviously I would say that, but that's what I be thinking. Oh, gosh. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
Is anytime my son did an assignment, I get something to my email directly, and then there's something on the parent app. Okay. Nobody told me nothing. The day before graduation for a second year high school, which was this morning, yesterday my son went to school to practice for graduation, and he was told he would not be graduating.
Now, I don't know nobody down to the second year high school. I don't know nobody that worked at the second year high school. I don't know nothing about. Oh, y'all have Synergy in Georgia too? Yeah, that's what we have. We have Synergy. I don't know nothing about second year high school. Never heard of it. But here's what I do know. I promise you that y'all knew that that boy had not passed his classes prior to May. I promise you y'all knew. The school is going to pull out all sorts of documentation to show that they contacted you or attempted to contact you about your son failing. They probably tried to give your son all sorts of opportunities to make up work. Hell, they already had him in credit recovery. But let me let it keep going.
Now, before that, they allowed him to turn in his computer. When he turned in his computer, he paid $50 because they were supposed it broke. Cool. He turned in his computer, and before the...
So she said it was supposedly broken. I bet you he knew it was broken too. So because they let him turn in his computer, that meant that he was graduating? No, that just mean they were collecting equipment from seniors, and he was on the list of seniors. That I promise you, the people who collect the equipment do not know whether your child is graduating or not. The IT person is collecting the equipment. He don't know shit about whether your child is graduating or not. At my school, it's the IT person. All he know is your son's name was on a list of things of equipment, and he's collecting the equipment. He's collecting a Chromebook and anything else. That goes back to that list I was telling y'all about the other day where he got to get it signed off. The IT person had to sign off that he turned in his Chromebook. I promise you that person don't know whether that boy graduating or not. Ain't got nothing to do with that.
The staff member at the school took his computer. She said, let me call your counselor to see if you're good to go. The counselor then gave that staff member the okay for my son to move forward and say, yes, he's good to go to graduate. We could get his computer. They then allowed him to spend $250 on his cap and gown. All of this they allow. Senior dues, all this stuff that you do to graduate, that the staff usually lets a student know you can.
Now, again, I don't know nothing about Schekinger High School. Don't know nothing about it. Don't know nobody that worked there. Don't know nothing. But here's what I promise you. He paid for that cap and gown before this week. They have to order the cap and gowns. Again, most schools don't just have a plethora of inventory of cap and gowns. They order them based on who is technically a senior. We order at my school, they order the cap and gowns like back in October, November. When the kids pay their senior dues, they order those cap and gowns. The cap and gowns are based off of the amount of kids that are supposed to graduate. They don't know who's going to actually make it across that stage in May. They ordered them cap and gowns months ago. She talking about something they took his senior dues. Of course, because he's a fucking senior. Of course they took his senior dues. He's a senior.
You can't do that because you're not graduating. Okay. The last time I heard from his counselor is a few days before this graduation and like last week, 2 times. And when she called, it was to remind him of upcoming exams. No mention of he's not gonna graduate.
So the counselor called you to remind him that he had to take his exams. Did he take the exams? I don't know. Let's keep hearing the story, child.
This woman has my email, has all of my information. It ain't no way to not contact me. My son got all the green light from that school to graduate. Whatever the discrepancy was, ain't nobody told me. I reached out to the school.
Now, this is what I want y'all to listen to. Because now, up until this point, y'all, she's making it seem like the boy was supposed to graduate. Everything was a go. She don't understand what's going on. Now, I need y'all to hear. Because I was listening to the story, and I had to stop and look at my phone and go, it's about to take a turn. It's about to take a turn. Work with me. It's about to take a turn.
Board, I emailed the entire school board, and I also added in the staff of the school that he goes to in the email to inform.
I would love to read this email. I would love, please, ma'am, can you post that email on your TikTok? Because I would love to read that email. But let's go.
Inform them of what's going on. And I asked these people if he will be able to just walk the ceremony and continue to get his little 4 little credits. Because baby, he the one got the 20, so he gonna get them raggedy ass 4.
So now you're acknowledging that boy, he needed 4 credits at the beginning of the school year, and he still need 4 credits? I'm sorry, let me say that one more time. He needed 4 credits at the beginning of the school year, and he still needs 4 credits, which means that he ain't passed none of his classes. None of them. Right. So you mean to tell me in May he need the same amount of credits as he needed in September? And ain't nobody tell you. Nobody called you. Nobody told you shit. Okay, girl. Okay.
This
sorry.
Stuff that he ain't gonna use in real life. He gonna get it. The principal say he had a talk with my son on Monday. My son say, Mom, he did not talk to me. If you had to talk with my son on Monday, he would have been hurt Monday, and he would have came and said, Mom, I'm gonna have to continue some more school. I ain't gonna be able to do graduation until such and such, this one or that graduation, however the fuck they do it. You didn't talk to my son. My son wouldn't have went the next day and brought a Kappa gown, $250, and knowing you got to tell the whole family you ain't gonna be able to go. He wouldn't have did that. And if you did talk to my son, why you ain't picked the phone up as the principal right there? Huh? Y'all do what y'all want to do, and you're not finna get away with it at all. Because you supposed to call me. Everybody was doing whatever. He say, oh, I talked to Joe. I talked to your son. I told him clear. I say, sir, you said everything, but y'all talk to me. I do not have an email that say he's not graduating. I don't have no legal documentation. I have a grown staff that's telling me some hearsay about they talked to my son, and my son say no, they didn't. This man say we care about him. He just has to get to school. We care about him. We even went to his job to check on him. You care that much, but they won't let him walk.
Wait a minute. So again, for those of y'all that don't understand school speak, I need y'all to hear what she just said. She said, the principal said to her, we care about your son. We even went to his job to check on him, which means that your child has missed so much school that somebody from the school went to his job to go and check on him. They didn't go up to his job because he missed 1 or 2 days. That's a home visit. And they probably went to his job because whatever address is on file probably ain't his real fucking address. Hear what she telling on herself. The more she talk, the more she telling herself.
Oh, you're full of shit. Because you can't care more than me because I love them. Now, right here, I have behind me where you can see it is purely the discretion of the school and the district to allow a ceremonial participation. I brought this up and these fucking people told me no, they can't do it. So I asked, what catastrophic event will happen if a school district allows a student that the school say they like, they there for him, they care about him, he's a good kid, he has 20 credits, he know he's going to get his other 4, he going to do it, he do his thing, he works. What will happen if he walks the stage?
So she's covering up the part that I want to read, because right here it says, in Georgia, specifically districts generally have discretion over ceremony participation. While the actual diploma requirements are controlled by state graduation standards and local board policy, this means the school often can allow walking if administration, blah, 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 blah. Now, right here is the part I want to read where it says, from what you said, 20 credits, blah, 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 blah. Baby, the boy don't have the credits to graduate. And now you went from he was supposed to graduate, nobody told him, and you went from that to why they can't just let him graduate? Why they can't just let him walk? Why they can't just, like, what's going to be the big deal if he walks across the stage? So you done went from he's supposed to be graduating because nobody told me, and he did everything he was supposed to do, to why they can't just let that boy graduate? Let's keep going.
Because I thought maybe the school was going to burn. I thought y'all was going to lose millions of dollars. This shit basically is about a reputation or a preference. So since it's that, let me go ahead and help y'all out with y'all reputation. Gwinnett County School District is a piece of shit. Seconder is a piece of shit because y'all phony. So there's your reputation. You had a choice and y'all told my son no, and y'all let him do all the shit you not supposed to do to graduate. So how is it that y'all get to bend the policy and do what the fuck you want to do and snatch a rug up from under a child that's trying, that you say you like? Hard working. Don't cause a problem, ain't never been in trouble. But y'all won't let them fucking walk across a funky stage, bro. Let me tell you something. Fuck y'all reputation and talk about, oh, Gwinnett County, a good school system. They got high graduated rate. You got high rates of conforming humanity to either go to fucking jail or the workforce. That is your reputation.
Okay, this is where she really about to go left. So just hold on. It's really about to go left now. Just hold on. Because she about to start talking about the school to prison pipeline and everything, honey. Just here we go.
That is your high rate of graduation. Because my son already showing he gonna be a working human being. He works. And so y'all ain't doing nothing but teaching the goddamn curriculum that we know is to the pipeline to jail or to the workforce. How many countless videos are on this internet where people are saying school is designed to fuck you up? Damn, we ain't never learned nothing in school. Everybody walk around dumb. We need a large settlement. I'm so hurt that I can't even get my words out. Y'all hurt me and my family based off what y'all did. And when I look at this, it's a preference. You could choose to do right. Y'all ain't nothing but a horrific nightmare with an ugly ass dress on, because you are upholding a program at the core of it. It is evil to humanity. So if you're a teacher, you are part of the fucking problem for sending people to jail. You are fucking part of the problem for everybody working and upholding other people. I don't care what level of title you have. Y'all got these degrees and you ain't got no jobs. And you got them degrees and it don't mean shit. Everything you know somebody else told you. We're not learning nothing that we really could use. And we still celebrating my son today. It's still his graduation. He's still fucking finished because he got them 20 credits. Y'all full of shit. And y'all did all kind of stuff wrong. And I'm not gonna be done with y'all. I want my $250, y'all.
She said she want her $250 back. She said we still celebrating him because he graduated today. Sir, now with his 20 credits, he didn't. Now when he need 24. Now look, y'all. Now look. She did another one. If y'all got a few more minutes, she calmed down and she did another video. She said, I calmed down. I was upset. And so she did another video. So I'm going to let y'all, if y'all got a few minutes, and thank you for the super chat, Tracy. Tracy, I'll send you the link on TikTok, child. Oh gosh. All right. Y'all ready? Okay. Because she did another one. She said she had to calm down. Okay. So I'm going to let y'all hear the calm version of this. It's the calm version. Hold on. Oh, here it is right here. Okay. Okay. Y'all can still vote. Now, if y'all think this lady telling the truth, y'all can still vote for this lady. June 1st. Oh, okay. Hold on. Not y'all still voting one. All right. I'm gonna let y'all hear it now. See, she in the car now. She says she done calm down. So I'm gonna let y'all hear her.
School district and secondary high school. These people snatched my son's graduation ceremony right up from under him. And you will see two videos right before this one that I posted with the picture background tool. Me explaining what happened. In that video, I am hurt and upset, but it does explain. But I'm going to explain here a little more calmly since I got that out. Okay, so the school had ample time to let me know what was going on with my son. 2025 October, November, I had re-enrolled him back. He was out for like 2 weeks there because I was going to make different changes concerning all of my children's school structure. But we decided to put Joe back. So he was like 2 weeks out. He went back and we sat with his counselor and we talked about what he needed to do to just get that other 4 credits. That was like October, November. Cool. He was doing that from what I saw. Work would get turned in. I would see, what he makes on the grade or what have you. Yes, he had a issue throughout his attendance because he works and people be tired. That's neither here nor there.
She said, yes, he has an attendance issue because people work and he is tired. So he wasn't going to school. Got it.
Because he still maintained a great grade point average. He has 20 credits and he got that all on his own.
So she said he maintained a grade average. Ma'am, every child enrolled in school has a grade average. Now, whether it's a 3.0 or a 1.0, it's a grade point average. So you saying he's maintained a grade average what the fuck does that mean? And she said he got them 20 credits all on him own. Well, we know that. You didn't help him get them.
Once I talked with the counselor, she had ample time to let me know since the last time we talked, he has not moved from credit 20 to at least 21. I did not receive anything from the school, let's say April. Graduation was May, and y'all knew that. Y'all ain't let me know anything March, April. That school didn't tell me nothing. It was all about them coming to test. If they missed 10 days, they sent that. The school haven't sent me a letter. They didn't send me anything to say he's.
Here we go with this 10 days things again. How many times has your child missed 10 days of school? Because and I know why you stuck on that 10 days, because again, that's the cutoff. Again, in my state, if you have more than 20 unexcused absences, that's enough grounds for you not to graduate. That's enough grounds for them to retain your 9th grade, 8th grade, whatever. Okay, let's keep going. I'm gonna let her keep it. She calm now, y'all. She's calm, so she's gonna explain it better.
Not graduating. He didn't meet the requirement. I didn't get an email. These people got all the ways to contact me. They didn't use them. Instead, they didn't follow policy. They broke policy, and they allowed my son to turn in his computer. He had to pay because they said it was broken. He paid $50. When he was turning it in, a staff member said to him, let me check with your counselor to make sure you're good to go. You could graduate, everything. She checked with the counselor. The counselor gave her the okay. The school then allowed him to pay whatever dues and to pay for his cap and gown. Now, from my understanding, school policy, you do not do any of those things because you're not graduating. They allowed him to do that, and they knew what it was. The only thing his counselor said to me the last times we spoke, she called like 2 or 3 times, and that was to remind us about an exam because he had missed a day again, and she was like, Joe need to come take his exam. He need to come take his exam. That was it.
So he had missed a day again. So the boy was missing his exams, his final exams? Okay.
Nothing was ever discussed about he's not going to graduation. Don't make plans, whatever. They let him believe everything was okay. They let him believe his exams he took was fine. Teachers was like, everything was on track. Whatever it was, that's what the impression was. And they did that, and my son came to school the day before to practice for the graduation ceremony, and they was like, you're not graduating. I have no other way but to feel like there was some type of sick turn or sick gesture or a discriminating thing behind this. Because why didn't y'all tell me? Why would you keep telling him come and take the test when you know he still got things he got to do? Why allow him to do that? Buy all this and that, and they not being held accountable. Yes, the school agreed to get the money back, but I feel like justice isn't served because I asked for a simple resolution before the money back. I asked, can he walk the stage since he has everything led up by y'all?
He doesn't have everything, ma'am. He doesn't have his credits. He does not have everything. 4 credits is what I could even see if he missed 1 credit. The boy is missing the same amount of credits in May as he was missing in September. The same number. He didn't earn shit all year long. Nothing.
Lee, he done brought all this stuff, family all around. I say, can he do that and just still get his 4 credits like he gonna do anyway? They said no. Me and the principal got into it in a way. And he said the school would like for it, but they can't with the district. So I need a lawyer to let me know because I've emailed me a few lawyers. I haven't gotten anything back.
Yeah, because you don't have a case.
They didn't agree for that with the money. But the thing of you sitting here, dropping the ball like that, letting this boy buy all this stuff, and y'all know he couldn't graduate. Y'all knew this. You're the school. You're the counselor. You're the principal. And then the principal say he spoke with my son this Monday, which will still be so too much very close because the graduation was today. My son said he did not speak to him. And I believe my son, because my son wouldn't have went and paid $250 had you told him that Monday. My son would have walked in here Monday with his head down and say, Mom, I got to do a little more. And I say, okay, son, you just going to do the summer graduation or however they do it. He said he talked to my son. They did everything but talk to me. My son, a minor. You talking to someone who still has to develop their brain. He may be responsible, but he still got to grow. So you're telling me when you had such a serious conversation as a principal, you didn't pick the phone up and say, ma'am, do you know this? Did your son tell you? You're a principal for years on end. From what I've looked up and understand, the district has the discretion to allow a child to walk and get their little 4 credits. He don't have 5 credits, 10 or 12, and I asked y'all, can he walk with 20 credits? Allowing and y'all and helping y'all to conform.
For you, ma'am, why are you acting like 4 credits ain't a whole school year? Why are you acting like 4 credits is not a whole fucking school year? Wow. Whew.
My son into a worker bee for society to keep other families wealthy. These companies that have generational wealth. Because school do not teach anything that's worth knowing. We have a bunch of adults just don't know nothing. And that's on this very app. And there has as many. The school system is destructive. It's way more destructive than it is positive. Y'all dress up positivity and you dress up negativity with positivity. And so I just want to know, how can they be held accountable further than just giving my son his hard-earned money back? I feel like it was a racist move. Y'all knew that. And he said when he went and ready, the lady was like, you ain't graduating. Like that to him, like as if he's supposed to know. As if he's a kid who just fall behind. If you look at the years of my son's grades, his grades show his character. He don't just got no 50s across the board, 30s across the board. No, he got 70s, 80s, 90s. That's what he got. And then y'all remember about a 10th grade comp. His 10th grade was in Florida. What you worrying about that for? Don't worry about Florida. I don't even know if it got transferred over right. Nothing was looked into right for my child. And so they waited the day before and they told him, you're not graduating. And they wouldn't let him walk the ceremony that they allow him to pay for all kind of stuff. Because somehow the world going to stop. Y'all not going to lose money. School not going to burn down. School district still going to be there. The man told me in human history, never in Gwinnett County have y'all allowed someone to walk the stage under those contingencies where they have.
Sorry, y'all. I got kicked out. I had to go out and come back in. So hold on. Hold on. So what I was saying was before I got kicked out, I don't know what the hell. But what I was saying was now we find out that there's an exam from Florida that he didn't take in the 10th grade. So now he's short 4 credits and he didn't meet a requirement that he needed for the 10th grade. Now you saying, well, he was in Florida in the 10th grade. Why are you worried about what he didn't do in the 10th grade? Because it's a graduation requirement, ma'am. In the district where I work, the kids have to take their government exam in the 10th grade. That means that and the reason why they do it in the 10th grade because they need to pass it to graduate. Meaning that if they fail it, they still got 2 more years to pass the damn exam. They don't wait until the 12th grade to give them an exam. They got to pass to graduate. That way they have time to still pass the exam. Right. It sounded like he wasn't even a senior. Right, Kim? Hold on, let me finish. It's almost done. Let me bring her back, child, so y'all can finish hearing her. It's almost done. It might have been during COVID. It might, because let me tell you, and listen, we had kids that literally moved out of the state during COVID. So you're right. It could be something like that. Hold on, let me let y'all finish hearing it, honey.
Level, Gwinnett County isn't gonna back a trying student in a trying family. So Gwinnett County, you're not a good school system. I don't care about your high rate of graduation. Y'all evil. You're evil. And so if there are any educational attorneys that can help me, I am open and I will greatly appreciate it. And y'all ain't stopped nothing, baby. He got his family behind him. Don't fix y'all mouth to say you care about my child. It showed. Y'all don't care about kids who try. Y'all don't care about kids who push it. Y'all don't care about kids who ready to come out here and just be a worker bee. Because ain't nothing else going in life. And that curriculum is an indoctrination, and y'all know it. And y'all helping back it. And you sleep at night like you're doing something in life. You're not doing nothing but hurting humanity. And you did one more today and yesterday. Me and my son been hurt since yesterday. Y'all don't get to do this. Hi, I'm looking for.
So, first of all, to make a long story short, you basically want the school to let your son walk across the stage, even though he didn't earn the right to walk across the stage. I mean, that's the short version, right? I mean, that's the long and short of the conversation, right? And you said the school is just preparing your child to be a worker bee. If I had to grow up in an environment where my mother told me basically all I was going to do was go work for other people for the rest of my life, that's a sad thought process. That's a sad thought process. That all I'm gonna do is work for other people for the rest of my life. Your son did not meet the requirements to graduate from high school. Therefore, he was not allowed to participate in the high school graduation. That's really the short version of the story. Now, listen, I cannot speak for that school. I cannot speak for the people at that school. Maybe the counselors did drop the ball. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. Maybe the counselors never reached out to you the rest of the school year to tell you that your child was not getting what he needed to get his 4 credits to graduate. Maybe they did not. But where's your accountability in all of this? Because after first quarter and you saw that your child had F's or E's or whatever the school is, after second quarter, even third quarter, at what point did you go up to the school and say, hey, what the fuck is going on here? Because I feel like that's how she would have went to the school and said, hey, what the fuck is going on? So at what point were you going to go and say, hey, what the fuck is going on here? Because I feel like that's how that conversation would have went. What the fuck is going on here? That's what that lady would have said. You know how you would have known if your child was passing that class or not? If he took his ass to school. Because it sounded like he was never there. When they said we went up to his job to check on him, that tells me that that boy ain't been to school. And that boy ain't been to school in so long that they did a home visit. Baby, somebody went up to your child's job to find out where he was. You know what else that tells me? That tells me he's probably working during school hours. Either that or you got him working all evening and he's sleeping all day. Yeah, Kim. She just wanted him to walk across the stage so that her and her family could act a fool and scream and holler and put on a show and take pictures and post the shit on social media. Y'all ruined the party. They don't give a fuck if that boy ever get them 4 credits. It don't sound like it to me. They just wanted the celebration. What's up, nephew? So anyway, that's the video I was trying to find the other day. And actually, it was that second video that I had seen. I found the first video after the fact. I said, oh, wait a minute. It was because I knew there was a video before that, but I hadn't watched it. Baby. And this is what we dealing with in school today. And when I tell y'all, I feel like I'm more of a babysitter than a teacher these days, that people really don't care if these kids are learning. They just care that these kids are sitting somewhere for 8 hours a day. This is what I mean. These are the examples that I'm talking about. This parent don't give a fuck about that boy learning nothing. She only cares about the end of the road, which is him walking across that stage. She don't give a fuck about that boy learning nothing at school. She couldn't even tell you what his grades were. He got 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. She don't even know. She said he got a grade point average. We all have a grade point average. Everybody in school, even if your grade point average is a 0.0, everybody got one. You didn't say he's got a 3.0, a 2.5. Y'all do realize that him, when I say y'all, you know what I'm saying? Him needing 4 credits is a whole school year. And especially the fact that she said they had him in credit recovery, meaning they had him in a class that's like a non-traditional class for him to recover a credit that he should have already had. Credit recovery means you failed the class once. They're allowing you to recover the credit, meaning he probably should have gone to summer school and he didn't. So now they're trying to figure out a way, how are we going to get this boy to graduate? Which tells me that you sat down with the counselors. And the counselor said, hey, we're going to put him in this credit recovery class. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. And I promise you, I don't even know these counselors. And yes, they are trifling counselors just like they're trifling everything else in this world. But I'd be willing to put money, and this is just me, I don't know these people, but I'd be willing to put money that at the same time they told you that boy needed credit recovery, they told you he didn't take that class. I mean, he didn't take that test. Because when you enrolled him and you gave them all of his transcripts, they looked at those transcripts and they found out what he needed in order to graduate. That's their fucking job. Now, either you did not give them the complete transcripts until later on in the year and they didn't know, or they told you and you didn't, you thought fat meat wasn't greasy. And it wasn't going to stop, that monkey wasn't going to stop your show. That's probably what you thought. Just like you trying to get them people to let that boy walk across the stage with 4 credits. You probably thought that test wasn't a big deal. Oh, so what? He didn't take a test, baby. People have literally not walked across the stage for not passing the state test. I mean, that's just what it is. I ain't going to say I agree with it. I'm going to just say that's what it is. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. We've been here for y'all to have me here for 2.5 hours. Let me get off of here. We are doing Beyond the Gates tomorrow. It's my turn, so it'll be on my channel at 11:30 tomorrow morning. I'm about to set it up right now. So I will, for those of you that want to talk about Beyond the Gates, we'll be here tomorrow to talk about it. Everybody else, I will see you guys later on this weekend. Peace.